Hello everyone, my name is Momoz91. Today I've got some daily racing around Laguna Seca, and if you're wondering why this is in a replay, it's because this was actually on my live stream. So I was just grinding for A+ driver rating, and then this absolute monstrosity of a race just happened. So starting third in the Volkswagen Beetle, to be honest, it's kind of, I think it's my favourite car for this race. I did try the Subaru WRX, however, the tyres just completely died after lap 10. So yeah. Anyway, into turn number 5. Clipping the apex nicely, the Russian just runs a little bit wide, so that might allow us to take him into the corkscrew. However, he just plants his car perfectly, so I can't get past him for now. Anyway, into the corkscrew, braking just before the 3 board on the right hand side, clipping the apex as sweet as a nut, and through the final sector. You've got to make sure that you take the tightest line possible, otherwise you will lose a lot of time, and make sure not to run wide at the penultimate corner, otherwise you will end up losing a lot of lap time. Anyway, out of the final corner, the gap's about half a second to the Russian in front of us, so we're just going to skip forward here because we were just trailing the Russian and trying to wait for something to happen. And here we've actually gained so much time in the braking zone, and now we're going to try and look for a move. We've set 22.7 in the race, which is really good lap time. I'm going to go down the inside. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, and now we are up into second place and chasing down first. However, the gap is about half a second, but he is just pulling away ever so slightly. So it's up to us to try and gain that time back. But with Laguna Seca not being kind of a power circuit, and there's not many straights where you can gain a lot of time, the handling cars are very good here. So your Renault RS01s, your Volkswagen Beetles, your Subaru WRXs, your McLaren 650Ss, your Evos are pretty good around here as well. I had someone in my live stream who just kept on pulling away from me in the Evo, so that is a viable choice as well. Anyway, through the penultimate corner, early on the power, and into the final corner, braking just before the 3 board, and we're going to get on the power as early as possible, but the gap just isn't there. So skipping forward to lap 6, and here we just get on the power a little bit too early, we drift wide, and instead of recovering onto the track, we spin out, and for some reason it's like we got hooked like a magnet really. So the invisible barriers at work there, unfortunately, so we've got barely any grip, so we're just going to understeer around turn 5, and now we've dropped down into 7th from 2nd, and it's going to be tricky now to try and gain those places back, especially when half the race has already gone. And now it's basically a matter of how much can we recover instead of how quick can we recover, because the gap to second place is just too big. It's like absolutely immense. So our kind of main task at the moment is to try and get past the Finn. So into the final corner, early on the power, it's just a case of, you know, gaining time as in many places as possible. It doesn't really matter about going flat out. If you could just gain half a tenth there, then it could just really help you in the long run. Anyway, through Andretti hairpin on the power, basically at the start of the curb on the right hand side, maybe a bit before that, and then powering out as early as possible, almost spinning out. But then again, it is Laguna Seca where the curves are so lethal that it is just unbelievable. So anyway, round turn 5, we gained a lot of time there, so it is possible that we could perhaps look for a move on the next lap. So round turn number 6, just missing the apex there, which really won't help. And then to the final corner, we're just going to skip forward. We're really late, and we're just going to tap the fin. And that's going to give us an SR down, sadly. So, again, it is really annoying when you get these slow drivers who don't know how to race. So I'm going to go to the right-hand side, but to be fair, he does defend pretty well, so I can't make the move work for now. Anyway, into turn number 3, braking just after the 2 board on the left hand side. He gets a pretty poor run, so I'm just going to have to stick behind for a little bit. But get a really good exit. He's really slow off the turn, but he's just going to block us there. And then he's going to brake check us for whatever reason. And unfortunately, we're going to pick up a 2-second penalty because we forced him off the track. I don't know that one either. But look forward here. The Russian completely balls it, and he takes the Spaniard with him. Absolute scenes. And the Russian gets a 2-second penalty, rightfully so. However, it depends whether he lost control or whether that was intentional for something that previously happened in the race. So I might have to have a look at that later and determine who was at fault. So into the final corner, braking just on the 3 board. We do gain a lot of time on the Russian, however we do have a penalty as well due to the Finn brake checking us into turn 5. So unfortunately, despite the fact that the Russian has a penalty, we're not going to really be able to capitalise on that. Into the first corner, braking super late, perhaps a bit too late. And we're also going to lose a lot of time on the exit because of the oversteer. The tyres are starting to drop off at this point, so it is really down to damage limitation, I think, now. So through turn number 4, as early on the power as possible, because I don't want to have an incident like lap 6 again. So here, this is a pretty awkward situation. We're inside the fin, but I have no idea what to do, so I'm just going to go to the left so we don't kind of stay in it. But the Spaniard forces the Russian wide, and we're just going to tag him, and we're going to get another SR down, sadly. So that's a lot of SR that we've lost in this race. Down the inside of the Russian, as Kua goes for massive send, and probably to take out the Spaniard, however it doesn't quite work out. So thankfully back up into P5 somehow, which is absolutely crazy considering the fact that we have 2 lunatics going at it in this one, maybe even 3. However, I do not see the Finn anywhere. So skipping forward to the middle of lap 11, and here, this is a pretty good overtaking opportunity. We've got the run on the Spaniard, so this is going to be a really good chance. And we're going to go down the inside. Maybe it was a bit too late, and we're just going to tag it. But here, I was just going to try and get the cutback on him, but he just turns in on us for no reason at all. Maybe he was just a bit mad that I kind of went for the move a bit late. And to be fair, though, there is a portion of blame for me there. I should have kind of stuck behind. However, he is just such a dirty driver. Here, the Russian is just going to seek revenge once more and go for the move on the Spaniard and just kind of tag him a bit. And then the Spaniard oversteers into me, unfortunately. So again, not much I can really do. However, we're still somehow in P8. Even though all this has happened, we're somehow not dropped out of the top 10. Until then, because the Spaniard just takes us out for no reason at all. So dropping down into P12. Thankfully he has a 4-second penalty. But here, he just backs off, so I'm thinking, oh, he's going to take us out. And yup, he does. So we're into the gravel. We're down in 14th. The Spaniard gets another 3-second penalty, and then he just disappears. So very weird scenes at Laguna Seca. And what could have been 2nd place is actually going to be 14th. So round turn 5, there's not much hope really. So that's pretty much going to be it. If you did enjoy, just like and subscribe. leave feedback to let me know what I could improve for the next one. However, again, just check out my last video in the teaser card below, but take care everyone and goodbye.